I've dealt with too much rejection where the experts were wrong.
Right.
I think it's got to be like some kind of internal. I think that you have to build your own sort of prism through which you look at this stuff and find a way to get dispassionate, get enough distance to be dispassionate and decide, are the criticisms that are coming in, so they make you feel bad. They make everybody feel bad. Okay. So how long do I need to process before I don't feel bad anymore? All right, maybe that's a week. Okay. I've taken the week. I feel okay, I can stomach this now. Now let me look at those comments. Is there anything in these comments that can help me make this thing better? Is there anything in these comments that tells me that there's a fatal flaw in this that I wasn't aware of? If not, can I just look at this thing holistically now and say it's worthwhile to continue, or it's tainted for one or another reason? But if I do that gut check, get past the anger or get past the sadness, and then look objectively at the piece of material, I think that Dave and I have learned to look at that piece of material and then make a judgment that we should continue or that we should stop, but not based on the fact of the rejection, perhaps based on the underlying content of a rejection, or though perhaps just saying the underlying content of that rejection misses what's essential about this. It's hewing to an old idea about the business, or it's hewing to what worked last year. So I'm gonna put that aside, and I'm just gonna decide that no, that this thing has worth, because over and over we have faced that kind of rejection and found ways to turn around. And it started for me with Tracy in college, where all these record companies rejected her and told me I was crazy. And it happened on Rounders, and it happened on The Illusionist, and even some on Billions. So like, I've found that the things that have had the biggest impact in my life have been things that many experts didn't believe in at first. And so I don't put faith in the fact of gatekeepers closing the gate. You have to decide which ones you're going to fight for, and you have to take real rigor. Like Dave and I didn't meet a couple days a week. We went every day, and every day we worked as hard as we could, and we would write these pages, and then I'd read them over that night at home late after work and take notes and come back. And like, it doesn't mean you're going to succeed. Like, there's no guarantee in the arts, show business doesn't owe anybody a living. And so you got to figure out why you're doing it, and you have to do it because it makes you feel alive. And if it does, then there's nothing anyone can say that's going to stop you from doing it. Like,
that's what I've been doing.
Everyone tapes themselves doing comedy. A lot of people don't go back and listen and then fix it. The other part of that is go the next day and really listen. Was that my friend laughing? Did the room laugh?
Yeah.
Why didn't that land? Is there a better way to say that punchline?
Sure.
How can I tighten it?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, especially if you do well in a night, go listen to where you didn't do, like, yeah, it went well.
What did you get away with?
How can you now paddle to the metal and make it better?
Yes.
Have crazy dreams, but then the rigor, work with it, know that it's going to cost you a lot. It's going to require a tremendous amount of rigor, of work, of rejection, of barreling through, of pain. And then just trust yourself that it's going to be worth it on the other side. All the businesses of the arts strip you of your agency all the time. You feel powerless, right? So taking some action allows you to grab some of that agency back, some of your own power back, and remind yourself how much is in your, yes, a lot of stuff's not in your influence, but it allows you to remind yourself how much is in your influence.
Bert Kreischer on your episode was talking about creating his own destiny. This is what I have to do. He's gone through the middlemen, the gatekeepers, being strung along in these different scenarios, and it's like, I have to take the reins of my own destiny.